Very good evening to you all and welcome back to the channel. I'm on my third shift of the week. I'm only doing four. I had a couple of days off, which was what I needed really, seeing as the kids were on half term, so I had a few days off. So yeah, here I am on my third, and last night was really good. I bumped into a guy on my second run to go to Sainsbury's Amsoil. He was from Scotland. Norman his name was. Such a pleasant guy, such a really nice guy. Retired, I think he was I didn't ask him his age, I should have done actually, but he'd been tramping for 51 years 51 freaking years, tramping away from his wife for every week, for 5 nights a week. Back at the weekend, he goes home at the weekend, and unbelievable. That is a record. I've never met a tramper that's done the job for that long. And he started off driving, crikey, I think he said he was about 14 around the farms. He was just driving four-wheelers, just taking livestock and some bales and food and stuff like that. And then he obviously progressed onto class one, and he's been doing it all his life, basically all his life. He spent 8 years in the merchant navy, which was why we got on so well, because my dad was merchant navy, ex-merchant navy, and he did the same time as what he did. He did 8 years. For some reason, you do 8 years in the merchant navy. I don't know what it is, whether it's a contract or not, I don't know, or there's terms of service, I really don't know. But he did 8 years, and my dad did 8 years. My dad always told me that the most beautifulest country. Sorry, before I start rattling on, it's great that you're here still, and it's great that you're still subscribing. I really appreciate it. I really do. You just don't know how much I really appreciate it. And please, if you're a trucker and a golfer, or a golfer and a trucker, smash that subscribe button and come join the channel, please. My dad always used to tell me that the most beautifulest country he ever went to in the world was New Zealand. He went to Australia, but he said New Zealand was by far the most beautifulest country he'd ever been to. He'd been to America and all that, and he got as far as Australia. But Norman had gone a bit further east. He went far east, Japan, Singapore, Indonesia and all that. He did all of that, and a lot in America as well. And he spent a lot of time in America trucking as well, and Canada. He did all around there for years. He was over there. But yeah, it was so refreshing just to sit down with a trucker, because 9 times out of 10 you'll go to a CDC or RDC and they've got a trucker's restroom. If you're not allowed to stay in the cab, you go to the restroom, and everybody's there on the phone, either on social media or texting or whatever, or playing a game. But it was just so refreshing to sit with another trucker and just shoot the shit. Really, just talk about life in general, talking about my experiences in the army and stuff like that. It was yeah, it was really good. And I never asked him to join to subscribe to my channel. I really didn't, because the conversation was going so well. What a brilliant guy, and I hope I bump into him again. Martin's, I think he was driving for. Really nice guy. So Norman, if you ever come across this channel and you subscribe, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope I pass across again. You never know. So yeah, that was my evening. That was my second run out at Amsoil, and then I didn't get very far actually. I think the furthest I went was Lutterworth, and that was it. It was quite a good evening. So yeah, turned on the truck and the radio came on, and a bit of bad news came through that one of the co-stars of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has just been found dead in her apartment. I thought it was Sarah Michelle Gellar, but it wasn't. It was another actress, Michelle something. I don't know her full name. All I caught was the tail end of it from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, saying that this person had died and been found in her apartment dead. So I don't think there's any suspicious circumstances. To be honest, I think she's topped herself, like most Hollywood stars are doing nowadays. So no doubts, more details will come out about that in the future. But yeah, that's another Hollywood starlet gone. Shit happens. And what else? Well, the government are now thinking of taking a lot of money, not giving as much money towards foreign aid as we have been doing, and putting it towards defence. They're saying it's the biggest increase in defence spending in the last 15 years, and that they can go as far back as the Cold War, apparently. So yeah, and the only person that's got a bit of mud on his face about it is Lame Lammy. Yeah, he's the one that's on about £18 trillion being given to Jamaica and Caribbean for reparations. And I'd already asked the question whether or not you agreed with reparations. I totally disagree with it. I had nothing to do with slavery in the past. And there's a judge in, I think it's in Jamaica. There's a judge over there. He's advocating that everybody that was involved in slavery in the past should pay, check this out, $84.7 trillion for reparations. Which I think is absolutely insane. I really do. And it should never go on. It should never be passed. It should never, just Christ, just get on with your frigging life, for God's sake. Stop penny pinching, because that's all they're looking for, is just a payout. That is it. And yeah, and I love the quote that Lee Anderson came out with from Reform. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I really did. He said that if you take there's 6,000 villages in the UK. If you take every village idiot, from the village, David Lammy would still be the village idiot. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and they should make a meme of it. I think they should. I think he's absolutely awesome, Lee Anderson. He's straight down the middle. There's no grey areas. He tells it as it is, and he's vowed that he's still not going to apologise to that idiot of a mayor that we've got in London. I think it's. I hope he stands his ground. I really do. These politicians need to stand up to these corrupt politicians, and he's corrupt at the end of the day. There's so much that can be done down in London that should be done in London, and he's not doing it. And yet he allows the Big Ben to be plastered with a light show from the river to the sea. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I've not been to London for many years. Christ, I can't remember. I've driven through London, but I've not visited London in, geez, it must be about 30 odd years. I wouldn't like to go down there now. I really wouldn't. It's not the capital city that, you know, it was in the past. It's totally changed now, and you know, we are becoming a laughing stock of the world. This country, this great country of ours, is really, yeah, it's a shambles. And you got Starmer going over to see Donald Trump about defence of Ukraine. they are not. He is not going to put American troops in on Ukraine soil. There's no way Trump is going to agree to that. No way. And it's good to see that the NATO allies are all chipping in as well, which they should have been right from the very start, and then they won't be in the state that it is now. So yeah, I think Starmer's flogging a dead horse here. I really do. But the troops are depleted. There's hardly any troops. The guys are leaving all the time. Like I was saying, that guy Drew that I was talking to, his son is in the army, and he said they are leaving by the droves. Get the veterans back. Get the veterans signed up. We'll go over and defend Ukraine. If the money's right. I would. Yeah, why not? Sod it. Get all the veterans. We're young enough, we're still fit enough, we're still compass mentors, we know what we're doing, we know how to take orders, and there's no bullshit with us neither. So yeah, get all the veterans, get the veterans over there, because you're not going to get conscription. There's no way you're going to get conscription in this country at all. And like I said before, you know, the OAPs suffered with their heating allowance being stopped, so their grandkids are going to be going, no chance. we're not going to join the army to defend this country, and you can't blame them, to be honest. Right, that's enough of me. I'm up north tonight. I'm going Rochdale, Skelmersdale, and Preston, and then over to Morton and then back. So hopefully get finished pretty early. But yeah, please like, subscribe, drop us a comment. Drive safe, look after yourself, and watch out for those lunatics, because they are bloody all over the place. And I'll see you for my fourth and final shift tomorrow. Cheers, guys.